Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I hope all is well. I hope you guys are all doing great. We've been doing a number of different things here, setting up for a number of different product shoots and all that kind of stuff, so things are a little crazy behind me. But all good. Everything is all good. I'm excited that you guys are joining me each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern to be able to share with you our morning message here at This Is It TV. We connect remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that each and every day, whether it be through our community, our engaging content, or our real connection. So thank you so much for hanging on in there with us and joining us each and every day. Good morning, Renee. It's so good to see you. Good morning, Lisa. I'm so glad you guys are all here. It's been fun. I have been patient with myself in the air of getting myself organized and doing my best to get myself into a rhythm that works for not only This Is It TV and the business in which I run, but also for my personal life. A lot of you have kids that are back in school. I am just like, I'm there with you. So there's virtual learning going on upstairs as we speak. And then, we're just doing our best to keep things moving here and keep making things happen. Good morning, James. Good morning. Good to see you. Each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern, I provide a little bit of morning message. I think it's important to be inspired, but I think it's even more important, my darlings, to stay motivated. So each and every day I swing by here. This is shared on both our Facebook page, our private page, our Facebook group, our This Is It TV page, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I'm everywhere. This smiling face you can find in all of those areas. I'm going to dive on into the morning message for today because I think that not only is it important, good morning, Linda, not only is it important, but I do think that this is the part that a lot of us are missing. We're missing the work. We want the end result, right? We have it in our mind. I want to launch this. I want this to be spectacular. I want to be able to franchise. I want to be able to build my group. I want to be able to sell my pocketbooks, my lotions, my potions, my courses. I want this. You can see the meal. You can see the end result. You can see what it looks like, what it feels like. You can taste it. You can smell it, right? You want that. You want the end result. You can see it. You can feel it to be true, right? It's like when you crave something. Right? I was craving, it's been a while since I ate, hello Crystal, my Oreo cookies, and I was craving it. I've been doing very well, and it passed, so I was okay. But I was craving, when you crave a meal, it's the same thing when you want as an entrepreneur. You want more. You want to be promoted. You want to be able to launch the business, the course. You want to be able to expand, to franchise. That is the meal in which you crave. And we are so fixated on the meal that we don't realize that we have all of the ingredients necessary to cook it ourselves. We are waiting for it to be delivered, as if we are going to miraculously call a number or jump into any kind of app and have it delivered to our plate. We don't realize that we have all of the ingredients necessary in the cupboards in which we keep, in the fridge in which is stocked. We have the necessary ingredients to create the meal of our dreams. Because it requires work. It requires work and dedication and understanding. It requires being able to maneuver what you have already, who you are already, in order to get yourself closer to what it is that you want. You want that meal. Thinking you don't have the ingredients, thinking that you have to take so much time to cook it up. No, you have everything you need. You have everything you need. I now want to talk like I'm a chef because through COVID and quarantine, I've been cooking every day of my life. And there's a newfound appreciation for not having anything or any idea when you walk into the kitchen how you're going to feed all these people. And then based on what it is that you have, what you have in your cabinets, what you have in your fridge, something comes together. The meal, something that fulfills you, something that fills your stomach and makes you whole. That's what we're looking for as it relates to our businesses. That's what we're looking for as it relates to our entrepreneurial journey. But for whatever reason, we think we don't have the ingredients in which we need in order to make the meal in which we crave. And I'm telling you, you have all of the ingredients. Check the cupboard, check the cabinet, check the fridge. You have all of the ingredients in which you need to get closer to what it is that you want. You want the meal, you crave it. You want the business, you crave it. You want the franchise, you want to fill your course and sell your book. You want to do all of these particular things thinking you don't have the ingredients to make it happen, thinking you don't have the tools, the resources. You need one more connection, one more relationship, one more sale, all of the things that keep you longing as opposed to keeping you working. And that becomes the danger. That we are focused so much on what we do not have that we're not diving into the resources in which we have in order to make the meal of our dreams. You're craving something, hoping that it gets delivered, hoping that the doorbell will ring and it will just miraculously arrive, hoping that maybe somebody will make it for us because you've earned it, because you've worked so hard for it, because you've prayed so hard for it, because you've wished so hard for it that it will miraculously appear. But you're claiming that you need more. You're claiming that you need every last ingredient, as obscure as it may be, as opposed to modifying the recipe, changing things up in order for you to get close to the meal in which you have dreamt of. I know, I'm the queen of analogies, but this one spoke to me. This one was something that needed to happen. I think that we all are looking for this perfect thing in which we crave, and my business and what it is that I do as an entrepreneur is very much like that for me. I'm a prisoner of it, right? I want it so desperately. I want to be able to be in such a specific space that I can focus on nothing else. I equate that to wanting Oreo cookies or cookies and cream ice cream. I equate that. Good morning, Ann. Good to see you, old friend. I equate that. And so often we have this meal in our mind. We have this perfect meal or this perfect opportunity or this perfect job or this perfect business or this perfect, relationship. And we're waiting for it to all come together. We're waiting for the meal to be made without the cooking, without adding the ingredients in which we already have. And what I encourage us all to do is to look into our cabinets, look into the fridge, dust off that crusty Tupperware and start cooking. Create the meal that you want. Utilize this analogy in its clearest form to say, I may have everything I need in order to make the meal in which I want. And if you don't, let's just say you do not have the ingredients in which you need. Say you do not have the MailChimp account in which you need in order to send the email blast, send the email through Gmail. Modify the recipe. Modify the recipe so you can eat. Literally, modify the recipe so you can get yourself closer to what it is that you want. I know. Easier said than done, Sheldon. Hello, Holly. Easier said than done. Oh my gosh, Sheldon has an analogy and an answer for everything. But the truth of the matter is that you can either pine away, wishing and hoping that the food will just miraculously show up at your doorstep, or you can get cooking. You can see what you have in your pantry and in your fridge, and you can not only get creative, but you can begin to make something that tastes good, that sustains you until you have all the necessary ingredients to get the most ideal meal possible. I know that life is hard oftentimes, and it's sometimes easier to dream than to do. But I would love for all of you to look into your cabinets today. Do you have the majority of the ingredients to make the meal in which you deserve? Or are you just making excuses as to why all the things are not aligned? And for the things in which you don't have, that you claim in which you need, what are you doing? When is the next shopping trip? Are you being intentional? You need lettuce for a salad, you go get lettuce, right? You need tomatoes for a salad, you go get tomatoes. If you need resources for something in which you are doing, go get the ingredients in order to make the meal in which you want. We're spending too much time hoping for the finished product when oftentimes we have the ingredients in which we need in order to get ourselves closer to what it is that we want. The majority of us have the resources that we need in order to get ourselves closer to what it is that we want. I know that it is easier said than done. I know that it is. Sheldon says, just do it, Nike, right? Sheldon says, just go for it, right, Lisa? Sheldon says, just make it happen. But I think that the overthinking often keeps us from utilizing what we got in the cabinet. The overthinking and the need for perfection keeps us, right? But it's not the exact ingredient. They said you have to get that special basil leaf from Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's is too high. Nobody cares. Get the basil leaf from the Acme and keep it moving, right? Get yourself closer. Feed yourself. Feed your ambitions and your goals. Get yourself closer to what it is that you want. It's a difficult thing. And it isn't easy. And I know that oftentimes, more often than not, we're really challenged with where we want to go and what we want to do. And it's easier to put up the hurdles than it is to jump over them, right? So much easier to set it up. So much easier to look at it and say, I can't and I won't, and it won't happen for me, and it doesn't make sense for me. It's so much easier to be in that space. But if the end result is what you crave, it's that meal, and you can look at that meal and understand that that meal is made up of an array of different ingredients, what does that look like for you? What is that for you? What do you need in those cabinets? And are you going to get the ingredients in which you don't have, or are you just waiting, hoping, praying that one day that it will all work out? That you will find that you will have miraculously the ingredients which you need in order to get closer to what it is that you want. I want you to focus on the work, the action steps you need in order to make that meal happen, in order to make that goal happen. What are the things in which you need in order for that to happen? What's the space that you need to take up in order for that to happen? What are the items and the recipe that you need in order to make that happen? I want you to focus on that today. Focus on whether or not you have everything you need or the majority of what you need in order for you to create what it is that you want. And for the things in which you do not have, what is your plan to go get them? Because it is the meals that we crave. It is the business that we crave. It is the occupation that we have been dreaming of. How are we going to get ourselves closer to that space? We can't wish for it, right? There's no Grubhub to call for it. We need to make sure that we are focusing on what that looks like. Focusing on the ingredients and the resources in which we have, the relationships in which we have. I need you to map that out and do the work today. That is today's morning message. What does the work look like for you today? What do the menu items look like for you today in order for you to create that wonderful recipe of the business in which you have been longing to work within, to thrive within, to be within? That's the goal. My goal is to make sure that you guys are inspired, not just for one day, but every day. And I bring this to you each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern. My goal is for you all to find your marketing voice and begin to tell your own stories. To no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. And I know it's an abstract analogy, but I know you know what I'm talking about. It's about all the things that already exist in your cabinets. It's about all the resources you already have and the relationships that you have already built. Can you utilize what you have in order to get closer to what it is that you want? Let's see if we can make that happen for you. Let's see if we can do that today. So do a little audit of what's in your fridge, what's in your cabinets, and hopefully you can create a recipe that works for you, that highlights your value, your features, and your benefits, and shows you in the best light. Let's satisfy that craving, and let's get closer to what it is that we want. Again, I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Don't forget to follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV, and log on to thisisItTV.com for more information. Our community is thriving and growing. If you'd like to become a member of our Scream Your Dream community, don't forget to head over to the link and gain as much information as possible. If you have any questions whatsoever, definitely let me know. I meet with this community 2 times a week on Mondays for Marketing Mondays and Wednesday evenings for our Chell Chats. I'd love for us to be able to be connected within community, within content, and again, real connections. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.